Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 88 of my carnivore journey. Quick update on everything because we're gonna have a big 90-day show, so I'm not gonna carry on too much tonight. But I just want to let you guys know, of course, my normal vlog, and then I think there might be something we may talk about here real quick. Okay, as you guys probably seen from the thumbnail, it is taco night, or was taco night, and they were really good. So I had carnivore tacos, and I put keto in there because, look, if you want to add a little bit of salsa, like some homemade salsa, where you just put, make a basic salsa, and you add like maybe a little bit of lettuce. You can have keto tacos. It's a fine line, right? But as you guys seen, that was my carnivore tacos, and I had 5 of them all together. They now I want to say that the mozzarella shells and everything that I made, I had done a cheddar cheese blend. It was like a cheddar and mozzarella, I think. And I had done a blended version, and I thought were really good as well. And my son really liked those. And then on this one was the shells was from LauraSpath. So if you guys know, like, her channel, she makes a lot of like keto carnivore type foods, and the shells were from her. Now, she did shredded beef, and she also did like a folded sort of a softer melt version, which I didn't even bother with tonight. I just wanted to do the microwave version of the tacos. But so, shout out to LauraSpath, guys. If you haven't seen her channel, definitely go check it out. But yeah, I mean, it's good and that's what I do with. I borrow some of these recipes. Plus, I have some knowledge in cooking. So between everything, I made my own taco meat. I did a ground taco beef, a beef meat, taco seasoning style, and then of course I actually added a little bit of shredded cheese to mine because I love having that sharp cheddar cheese on my tacos. I love having that, so I wanted that flavor profile in there because the mozzarella version doesn't have a lot of. There's not a huge flavor like before when I made those ones, guys. If you remember, it was like a Parmesan type style one that had Parmesan in it and stuff. I didn't care for those as much, and the Parmesan really messed with the taco flavorings. Whereas the mozzarella did good. The only problem was is like she said on her microwave, it was a minute 20. You like microwave like a little, basically a third cup of cheese, like basically a small handful of cheese, and making it into a little circle on some parchment paper. Go in the microwave for like a minute 20. Well, my microwave nuked it, and it was like it was almost like a mozzarella chip. So very brittle, fell apart. So I had to back down the time. Well, I did like a minute, and then the first couple came out pretty brown, pretty good. And those ended up being on my son's tacos, and he loved those like a lot. Like he liked when they were pretty crispy. But the rest of them came out kind of crispy with a little bit of a chew to them. And then the longer they sat, like as far as like after about 20 minutes, because they sat for, probably 5 minutes or so, like after I was making each one, they sat there. But then, like, when you serve dinner and you sit there and then you eat one at a time, by the time you get to the last one or so, maybe even a half hour, it was starting to get fairly chewy, even though they were all done at the same time, or as far as the same 1 minute per thing. So next time, tomorrow, I'm actually going to do carnivore tacos tomorrow again because I have plenty of meat left over. I don't want to, I don't want to waste it, and I've got mozzarella and stuff like that. So I've got everything left over. So I'm just going to do carnivore tacos again tomorrow. Except I'm going to try and see if I can find a better balance of timing. In other words, like I want to get to the crispy-ish. I want it to come out crispier than what I had, but at the same time, not too crispy like the first one I did. It was just come out brown, completely brown and crispy. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna try to time it. Maybe a minute 10 or something, a minute 7. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I liked the idea that I don't know if Laura came up with that idea first. There's so many recipes out there. It's hard to say who came up with what first. I don't really. I just that's where I saw it from, and I'd seen some other cheese shells from other people, but her cheese shells were the mozzarella one. So in the microwave. And so I'm gonna try to perfect it a little more. I just couldn't go by her time. I'm gonna try that tomorrow, and then, but yeah, I had 5 of them all together. Now, if you want to know roughly, I'm just saying, we had this talk about calories. Calories not a big deal, but if you really wanted to know, 5 of those tacos, like you've seen in the thumbnails, like 3 of them. In fact, I'll show you guys right here. So right there, those 5 tacos, I think I guesstimated. I did the calories. I did kind of do a guesstimation on the calories, and I'm roughly looking at about 1,100 altogether. That's the total amount of cheese between those 5 shells, meat, shredded cheese, the sour cream, and so that, and then the couple hard boiled eggs I had for a snack today. I did pretty good, and now I've got my coffee over here with just that splash of heavy cream, which is a little bit of calories right here. Yippee. Just hit the spot right there. Oh my god, really good sip of coffee. First sip. Put on there. Okay, but yeah, that's what I had tonight. A good day today. Felt really good. Didn't have a lot of. I don't have a lot of complaints, guys. So I did go. I did go poop today again, and I don't know. It was kind of normal. It was a little loose, but sometimes it happens if I end up eating a little too much fat or something, and you got to remember the last couple nights when I was having those burgers with the gravy and stuff. You got to remember some of those had there was probably some other trace amount of stuff, but they had some splash of cream in there, in the mixture and stuff, the meat, plus the beef bouillon may have had some trace amounts of stuff. So it could play with some things. Plus I use some butter and stuff, and some bacon fats and everything. So, between the fats of the burger itself, the bacon fats, a little bit of butter, could have been just a little bit too much. So my stool was just a little soft, but I mean, it's nothing super uncomfortable. I mean, everything's been doing good. I can't wait till day 90, guys, but we will see you tomorrow, day 89. We are so close. Anyways, and was there anything else I wanted to say? I know a lot of people's been starting to ask me about measurements. Guys, I told you 90 days we're going to do measurements measurements. So yeah, let me cover that real quick. Okay, don't go anywhere yet. Measurements. So a lot of people were asking like, hey, what's your measurements, or did you take measurements? And the answer is no. Okay. And real quickly, in a nutshell, I didn't want to overwhelm myself with a lot of things, because when I started this, remember, I didn't expect to even have 700 subs. By the way, thank you guys. 700. We hit 700 today. I did not even expect to be this many people following me, or you know what I mean? I just figured I just wanted to document the journey and vlog it. And if it helped people, cool. Like I didn't really expect much. But then it kind of took a life of its own here, and here we are. But I didn't want to make the carnivore lifestyle, I didn't want to make it too hard on me. Like, I didn't want to sit there and like pee on strips and break out the tape measure and break out this and break out that, like poke my finger and blood, test me like I'm a diabetic, and test my ketones and glucose levels and all that stuff. I mean, I get it, and I think that's good, but even if I did all of that stuff along the way, it's not going to be logged in some scientific journal. Okay, they're not going to use that as scientific. It's not going to be scientific at all. And I'm pretty sure thousands of years ago, we weren't peeing on, test strips and poking and checking our blood levels and all this other stuff, back when we were, hunting and eating food. So, which I do have something I want to talk about. Hopefully tomorrow we can talk about, because I don't want to spend much more time on this. But bottom line is, guys, I wanted to at least weigh in. And for me, I wanted to keep things as simple as possible. Now, with that being said, I'm going to add a few more things coming up in this next 90 days. And I think, yes, I'm going to do measurements at the start. So day 91, we're going to measure. I'm going to have measurements, and, we're going to log that, because I think the measurements are more important as you go further in, because, initially you'll lose weight or whatever. But probably as you go, maybe measurements may be more. But right now, my clothes are telling me, hey, you can fit in some of these clothes again, or jackets, or whatever. So, but yeah, guys, we're going to do some more measurements, but I'm probably not going to worry about ketone, like, peeing on a strip or something, things like that. Because again, I'm listening to my body. I'm eating the diet. The lifestyle. I hate calling it a diet because it sounds so restrictive, but I really want to just keep it as simple. And I'm going to be adding some things. Again, we're going to cover all that day 90s. All right, guys, we will tomorrow, day 89. Bye.